Hey everybody, thank you for joining us on our 5-part series. We have arrived at part 5. We are talking about what makes a viable safety program. Let's quickly go over the first 4 of the golden rules. Number 1, you have to have your written safety program. Number 2, you have to teach it to your employees and continue to teach it. Number 3, you have to make sure that you have a contingency plan and to teach your safety rules to those outside of your employee workforce, subcontractors, visitors. Number 4, you have to audit your jobs. You have to make sure that you're checking to see if these folks are doing what you've asked them to do. And finally, we come to number 5, which is absolutely the hardest thing in the world for most people to do. Especially for a small company, medium-sized companies, a lot of them are family-based, friend-based. They are tight-knit groups. It's very difficult to enforce a program. You have to enforce your program. If you don't enforce the program, if there's no fear of breaking the rules, then in all honesty, you do not have a safety program. One of the things that we have problems with is with employees, you can't fine employees. If an employee works an hour, you have to pay them for that hour. So you say, okay, well, we send them home for a day. Well, they're an employee for a reason. You need them working. Sending them home for a day, you are punishing yourself. And you're also disgruntling a worker who is probably looking for a job on the very day you send them home. So it would have to be very it would have to be a very bad violation before I would resort to hurting a person's paycheck, sending them home, making them so angry that they don't want to work for you anymore. No, there are better ways. Let's look at subcontractors. We have control of subcontractors. We have every right, specifically if we put it in our contracts, that if they don't perform the duties properly, then they don't get paid. And one of those duties would be to follow the safety rules that are laid out. So finding a subcontractor is a little more viable. It's monetary and it's sometimes effective depending on how strong it is. But once again, we have the same issue of we have subcontractors that we've worked with for years sometimes, that we've grown, we have a friendship, a trust, a partnership, and the last thing we want to do is make these folks angry and maybe not give us as good a service or give us the better deals or the better pricing. There's a better way. We've discovered through our Plus system there is a way to enforce our safety program without making enemies. And the beautiful thing is that legal issues, OSHA issues, everyone looks at this method as absolutely the best way to enforce a program, and that is retraining. Imagine, if you will, you have a worker who just refuses to wear safety glasses while cutting. This is a universal problem. And maybe we gave them a verbal warning. Maybe we even wrote them up to let them know specifically, look, you're in trouble. You got to wear those safety glasses. You're going to get us all in trouble. You're going to lose an eye. And we're not getting through to this guy. So we could send him home for a day, lose his services, possibly lose the employee. If it's a subcontractor, we could fine them and they'll just go work somewhere else. The better solution, let's retrain them. In other words, let's revoke the certificate that we've given to them where they learned about PPE, specifically eye protection. Let's revoke that certificate. And let's give them 7 days where they have to watch the instruction again. They have to pass the test again. This re-instructs them, makes it more clear on when, where, and why they are supposed to wear their safety glasses. The beautiful thing is it is something great to present to lawyers, to OSHA, to show that you're enforcing your program. The other great thing is it tells the employee, I care enough about you, I'm actually going to rehabilitate you. I'm not going to punish you. I'm not going to hurt you. I want you to learn this. I need you and you are valued to me. So enforcing your program is very difficult. You need to talk it over with your fellow managers to make sure that you have a proper enforcement program. Most of the time, enforcement just sort of falls off the table somewhere along the way. 3 or 6 months into your safety program, everybody forgets to enforce because they don't want to make anybody angry, or we're too busy, or aren't really paying attention, or, you know, when you're enforcing a program with an employee, even if it's a family member or a good friend, in reality, you could be saving your life. I love what I do because I believe that I help preserve people's health. And I may actually help save people's lives. The safety business is tough because there are no statistics of people who could have died that day but didn't. And it's really difficult to know how much good that you do. But I love what I do, and I want you to enforce your programs because you love your employees, and you want them to show up tomorrow with all their fingers, all their toes, both their eyes, and you want them alive for their families. Thank you for joining us on this 5-part series. If you have any other questions, please contact us at PagetRisk.com. That is 2 T's. Please share with your friends, colleagues, what we're doing here, and hope to see you soon. Thank you.